It's a goat eat, goat world.
Sounds good. Nigeria Chambers here from Big Gold Belt Media. Reza Farahan, how's it doing today?
Such a pleasure. Happy to be here with you.
Happy to be here with you too. Let's get right into the shenanigans. Listen, you are primed to break the internet because the Untalented Talented show is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. I have to know mentally, go through the process when you drew the card, when you got up there, and then ultimately beyond the point at the end, which we'll touch on in a second, but just talk me through the ropes. It just seemed to see you just gradually have more and more fun. The confidence was building, and ultimately, it was easily my favorite one of everybody's performances. Talk me through it.
I appreciate you so much, Najir. Well, I'm Persian. My parents didn't play limbo. I didn't grow up knowing about limbo. Limbo was not my thing. I didn't do it when I was little. So here's this new thing to me. I'm like, this is some white shit. And I'm just gonna run with it. So I look over at everyone else in Nigeria and they have props. There's props for them, there's costumes for them. I had nothing. And I'm not that flexible bending backwards. I'm not white. What am I going to do? How am I going to compete with these people and try and take this goat home? So I grabbed whatever leftover costumes were there and I did myself up in the most beastly drag way I could. And I tried to make everyone laugh because I knew that straight limbo skills were not going to win me this competition.
Right.
So I put my heart and soul out there. I made a fool of myself. I told Justin that I looked like a 10-pound burrito in a 5-pound tortilla, but regardless, I had a blast and did my
Yeah.
damn thing.
You damn sure did, my guy. You damn sure did. And not to really switch the tone here, but I think it is important because I think the show, while it is a competition, it is a reality show. I think there's a lot of good messages within it. And one theme that I've seen over the 4 episodes I got a chance to watch happens to be empathy. Can you talk me through the disappointment between Devon, who's playing the game there, but obviously you knew and the internet and all the viewers would know that easily you had the best performance here, but she's playing the game.
Yeah.
And in the moment with the producers or the interview aspect of it, you were emotional about that. Can you talk to me about the conversation afterwards with her, just to kind of just mitigate that, or just how you was able to overcome such a disappointing, gesture by her, shall I say?
Can I tell you something? In hindsight, Najir, I've had 9 seasons of Shahs of Sunset. My show started and ended with me. I am playing in Devon's world. She has never won a competition show. She comes from a competition show background, and her vibe was desperate, and I need this money at any cost. And I didn't see it or understand it until later. And
Mm,
I was there to have fun. I was there to make friends. And if I got close to the money, it was going to be great for me. But in hindsight, she played the game the way I now expect someone, and I put all the puzzle pieces together later. Of course, she wants to be in a house with me where I'm coming in like at the later stage of my career after I have all these accolades, and she's in this house, zero accolades, always came up
mm.
short. What do you expect? Like, it was the way it was supposed to be, and I got humbled. I learned a lot, and I had the time of my life.
Yeah, man, this is for a lot of reality shows, I'm not so envious or measure of FOMO, but this is definitely one where I was like, man, I wish somewhere somehow the stars aligned, I could have been a fly on the wall in there. Y'all look like y'all had so much fun, and as you mentioned your show, I do want to know if there was an opportunity to bring someone from your show into GOAT Manor as an ally, who would it be and why?
Okay, well, if you watch Traders, you know Miss MJ can take it and get very, very, very far. Had I had MJ in the house instead of that low rent Jill Zarin, I feel like I could have made it all the way far. But I had some lady from it, like, I felt like I was in an Iranian bazaar. She was hawking her wares, always trying to stick one of her products in a scene. Like she was slippery AF. having an ally like Jill in the house was like having an enemy in the house. So I would take MJ. She would help me get far and she would stay loyal.
It's criminal, man. They only gave us 8 minutes, man. We probably could talk for another 30 here.
Well,
You
hopefully I'm your best interview today, or at least the one you had the most fun in, Najir.
it's not even close. Absolutely for sure. Last question I want to know was somebody like Daniel Tosh is your host. How do you ever take him or anything he does serious? Can you talk about any funny moments you may have had with him, whether it was filmed or not filmed?
First of all, the outfits that he would be, Daniel Tosh was wearing the craziest outfits. He would be explaining games to me, and I'm looking at this grown man whose wife and kids were nearby somewhere, and he is going full force. I don't want to disrespect Alan Cumming, but Daniel Tosh made the GOAT even more fun. It was fun on top of fun with a sprinkle and a cherry of fun on top. Where Alan, I wasn't there long enough. And the time I was there, he wasn't making the show extra for me. But watching Daniel Tosh was such a fucking thrill and a joy because he kept you laughing. Your stomach was hurting and you had a little pee pee in your underwear.
All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time today. Folks will be able to check out the GOAT coming to Prime Video and Amazon Freebie May 9th. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you, Najir.
Absolutely. Take care.